I'm live. We're live, Miss Gracie. We're live. Hello. Hello, my friends. Hello. My internet was acting a little bit wonky 2 seconds ago, so we're going to see how this goes. Keep me posted if something goes awry and I somehow don't notice it. But hello, my friends. We're going to give everybody a hot minute to get on here. I see that Lissa's here and Cindy's here and Rosie's here. Hello. Your piece of hair is making me crazy. Do you guys see this goofy piece of hair on her face? It looks even stupider in the camera. This goofy piece of hair. I don't know. I can't explain to you what happened, but it's like the last time she got her hair cut, and it's no fault of the person's because it's someone I've taken to her to a million times. But like, she's got this stupid piece of hair. I gave her a bath yesterday. All it does is pop up. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Hi, Trudy. Happy New Year. Oh my gosh. Can you even believe it? Can you even believe it? Let's see. This time last week, I was like, wait, it's so late in the year. Why haven't we had a stream yet already? Because by this time last week, it was New Year's Eve. Oh my goodness. I was in Virginia with a bunch of my husband's friends from undergrad, and they got together, and we all rented a beach house in Virginia, on Virginia Beach, and it was great. Sarah's here, Kristen's here, Carol's here. Hello, hello. It wouldn't be alive if your internet didn't misbehave. No kidding. I don't know if it was working fine all day because I spent more time in front of the camera than on the computer. I filmed today, my friends. Oh my word. You're gonna have to give me a hot second to get back into the swing of things because I filmed 3 videos, all of which are about my 2020 goals. I have one video coming that is my goals in their entirety, all 8 goals that I wrote down in here. And then I filmed one that's actually going to go up first. It is specifically on my health and fitness goals for the year. So that's the second video. And then I did my traditional January, here's my attending list and all the action items I'm going to be taking thing. Oh, I just couldn't get words. Like, I apparently haven't been like in front of a camera in at least 3 weeks, like sit down film videos. Like it feels like it's been forever. And it's the same with the live stream. I'm like, oh wait, I have to go and like talk to people today? Say what now? I don't even know. So bear with me as I get back into the swing of my life because it's gonna take me a hot second. No, my girls head to college this fall. Aw. College is so fun. College is so fun. And my husband had such a good time. I mean, I did too. He hung out with really good people. Like, we're talking the kind of good people, good Christian people, where I went to bed at like 11 o'clock 30 one night, and I left a conversation about worship music and production and actual like structure of the songs and theological discussion and all that about praise team music. And I left it, and the conversation apparently kept going for about 2 hours. That's the group of people that my husband hung out with in college. Like, it was such a good group of people, all different walks of life. What's really cool is my husband and I were talking about it, and I got distracted by Alyssa. I called you Alyssa this is where my brain is. Lissa's super chat. Thank you, Barbell. How appropriate for today. I worked out in body pump. So totally distracted. As you can see, my brain is everywhere. Need to, has nothing to do with anything, but I brought a secondary beverage today. I figured, why not? Have you guys ever had these? These are the Smirnoff seltzers. Real good. The rosé ones. So they come in the pink can. Real good. Any flavor. Lost my train of thought. Oh, we were talking about how if you looked at this group of people, you would never, like, there would be no logical reason for them all to be friends now. different walks of life, completely different income levels, completely different career choices, like everywhere. And like you look, I just at some point, because I was the only person who was there who was not a member of the group originally. I'm the only, a lot of them were spouses, but they met in college and got married. So they were still connected to that group of people. So I was the only person, well, there's actually one other, I think, from the outside looking in. And it was just really interesting to see. I was like, wow, these people are so different. And it's just so fascinating how college bonds you. And it doesn't matter where you're at in life. It's like me and my girlfriends. We're all completely different. We have completely different lives now. And yet we can still get together and it's like nothing changed. So it was cool. But that's what I was doing this time last week. We were all playing video games and board games and card games, fighting to stay awake. Like we were literally like, I'm like, guys, it's 10:30. And we're like, we still have an hour and a half to go till midnight. Come on. Yeah, that's what we were doing a week ago. That's why there was no live stream. Hello. Lisa's here. It was nice to see you. Anne is here. I bought my first power sheets. I haven't done that. Anne, I didn't know you had the power sheets. I didn't know that. That's really exciting. By the way, my friends, I was going to give her a little shout out later. Anne Duffy, your chat's over here. Anne is a friend of mine from theater. I met her. How old was I? 17. That's when I met you in Once on This Island, right, Anne? I was 17. It was one of the shows I did. And I turned 18. I'll never forget. I turned 18 in the middle of the run, and it was children's theater. So you couldn't be like, it was what I thought was my first and last show with this company. And then when I went off to college, another director came in and turned it into adult theater over the summer, family theater. So I got to keep doing it, which was so fun. But these people, some of my Footlighter family, like we hardly ever talk anymore, but like they're another group of people. Like if you threw us all in a room, it would be like no time passed at all. And so Anne was my music director when I played the leading role in the musical Once on This Island, and it was so much fun. And my dear friend started her own YouTube channel where she's going to be reviewing, wait for it, it's totally right up our alley, guys, at-home workout videos. Like the different, and I don't know what all she's going to get into, but like she's starting with some Leslie Sansone. She uploaded her first introduction video, which I learned so many things about you, Anne, that I didn't know. And it was really, really fun as somebody who knows you personally to get to hear that video. That's what I worked out to today while I was on the elliptical. So her channel, let me see if I can get the name right. Tales of a Future Former Fatty is the name of her channel. I already have it linked down below for you. I should. Let me know if the 2 links that I put down there actually showed up, because I hope they did. Because I have something else I want to tap on as well. But anyway, say hi to Anne. I love her. She's wonderful. Theater friends are friends for life, man. I haven't spoken to her in like ages, but it doesn't matter because theater friends are truly friends for life. Let's see. It was nice to see a video today. Thank you, Rosie. It was nice to put up a video today. It was a video that I filmed before I even left for Chicago. Oh my gosh. And I finally like edited it yesterday. I was like, I should probably actually put content out. Don't tell me that, Trudy. I'll be praying she finds a great friends. I've been waiting for 2 weeks to send you that. Oh, thank you. I finally got enough money from surveys and receipts. Jennifer is here. Hello. I missed midnight because I was so focused on doing my power sheets and getting everything done. I still haven't finished. Look, I filmed my video on the power sheets today, and there are still blanks in here because I'm like, I don't really know how. I'm not quite like, I don't know. You'll see. You'll see. The video still managed to be like 24 minutes long. I haven't edited it yet, but oh boy, are you guys in for a treat. I hope y'all missed me because you're going to be seeing a lot of me. So let me know, guys, how are you? How are you doing? How was your new year? How was your holiday? I'd love to hear from you guys and see what you've been up to. I feel like it's been forever since we've gotten to talk. Oh, man. How fun. My girl is not going into this, but she's done musicals. Yep, they're there. Excellent, excellent. Jennifer, thank you. I'm glad y'all missed me. I missed you guys. I tell you what, it's just, man, when you're spending time with family, it's hard to do both. It's really hard to do both. And so I didn't do anything on YouTube. I have to go see what I have. Are you guys interested in the footage of whatever I took over Christmas vacation? I vlogged a little bit on Christmas Eve. Oh, Christmas Eve. I didn't vlog the best part of Christmas Eve, which was I got to sing at my church, and it was soul filling to be back on that stage. Like, oh, it was so good. And what was really fun for me was because they didn't like announce anything. Like it's not that big of a deal. But we started, and like the other girl I was singing with and I were kind of in the background in the dark when things started. And it was really fun seeing people notice that I was on stage. And I saw a couple people that were like, oh, look. It was really cute. But oh man, Christmas Eve was so much fun. The worst part about Christmas Eve was it felt so much like a Saturday singing at my church because I had to get there at like 12:45 in the afternoon, and I was there until like 6 p.m. It was a long day, but it was glorious. It was, oh my gosh, it was so glorious. That I went off of thinking that Christmas Eve, which was a Tuesday, was Saturday for the rest of my vacation. So I legitimately could not figure out what day of the week it was because everything was so jacked up. It was ridiculous, but it was phenomenal. And not to toot our own horns, it's not about me, but my group, the band that I was with and everything, we nailed it. We nailed it. We had 2 other campuses, and I heard about things that went like terribly wrong and whatnot at the other campuses. And I was talking to my friend about it, and I was like, I don't know about you. We were perfect. Like our music went so good. I can't even tell you. It was just, it made me so happy, but it also broke my heart all over again. Cause I was like, I don't get to come back and do this next Sunday. Like, no, that killed me. But, and I'm so thankful to the Lord Jesus for this. So I had my guy, I call him. So like he was the music guy who, like the lead music guy for the longest time. They just hired somebody to kind of change things around and be the new head music guy when I left. The last time that I sang, or not the last time I sang, but when this new person auditioned for the job, I was on that weekend, so I got to work with him even though I wasn't going to be there. And so he's the new head of music and runs all the things, and everything has to go through him. But it was my friend Brian who was actually like head honcho man. And I got to sing with him, which was amazing and wonderful. And I was like, as a joke, I'm like, we need to do this again. Can we make this happen? Yeah, sure. That Sunday, I went to church again, and the new guy was singing, and my husband and I started talking to him after the service, and he looked me dead in the eye and said, seriously, anytime you want to come sing, let me know. And I was like, oh, it was so good, guys. Christmas is fun, but that just made Christmas so good, being there for Christmas Eve. Let's see what's happening. I love all your content, especially your goal-setting type content. I was actually going to suggest that as one of your perks. Oh, interesting. So elaborate, Rosie. What would you like to see, like more of that would be an interesting perk instead of what I already publish? For those of you that don't know, I briefly mentioned that YouTube has a new feature called memberships. And it's basically like, have you heard of Patreon? Where like you can subscribe to like do $5, like there's different tiers, $5 a month, $10 a month, $15 a month. And you basically are paying for different perks based on different levels for your patron, the person you are patroning. I don't know the right verbiage for it. But YouTube came up with their own essentially Patreon style program called channel memberships. And I'm thinking about launching one. What it is, fear not, my friends. Everyone's like, I wouldn't pay for a YouTube channel, which is totally fine. What it is it's not going to take away any content that you already get. All of my stuff on the channel would stay exactly the same. The membership perks, which you would of course get perks, include things like special identification and chat roles and comments and all this stuff. In addition to, I can offer up like special live streams that would just be for the people who are members to my channel. It would be extra, not instead of, but extra. So just as we're talking about memberships and things like that, don't freak out. Everything that's free on my channel is still free, always and forever free, because that's the most important thing. I'm just thinking of additional ways to grow my business in 2020, and memberships might be a way to do it. So I threw it out there and said, hey, what would some interesting perks be that would make you interested in being, let's say, a $4.99 subscription a month or something? What would be interesting to you? That's what Rosie and I are talking about. Definitely interested. It's so sad you miss your church so much. It's sad, but it's also great because it means they're doing something right. Like the fact that Eric and I we sat there. Oh, Eric was on Christmas Eve too. They managed to get him in there. He was talking to the production guy when we went to church the weekend before Christmas, and found out that he left, and then the other producer that was trained with him left, and then one of the other people got poached to be on stage, and we heard her sing, and she's phenomenal, but she was hiding back in the other back in the back of the room for a year. Nobody actually knew that she could perform like that. So she went up there. I called her my replacement because I left. But so they're very strapped for people, and they opened a third campus. So Eric sat down and looked at me. He goes, should I offer to be on for Christmas Eve? And I said, I'm going to be here anyway. So my husband got roped into running all the lights on Christmas Eve, which is a lot of lights because Christmas Eve was a special service. So that was fun. So Eric and I got to be on together. So it's heartbreaking to me that I miss that church so much, but they're doing something so good and so great, which is incredible. So I had a date on New Year's Eve, first date in 12 years, and then we had a second date. Yes, Lisa. I know people have been commenting, but I haven't read all the comments yet. So glad you got that. Such a great blessing. Made me smile. That's amazing. Extra stuff, more topics, more coaching type stuff. Yep. You singing on Christmas Eve was huge, motivating me to go to 2 church services on Christmas Eve instead of the 0. I'm glad because it's just such a nice place to be on Christmas Eve. If you are a Christian or considering it or whatever, it's such a powerful place to be on Christmas Eve. But at a reasonable price because tight budget. Oh, absolutely. The membership. So I'm thinking, and you'll hear a little bit more about this in my goals for 2020, but I mentioned months and months and months ago, my interest in starting a mentorship program, which is like a coaching program, but because I'm not a certified life coach, I can't call myself a coach. So mentorship program. And that I want to launch this year too. This is separate from this. This is just a little something extra that would put a couple extra dollars in my pocket, which would allow me to buy more products to review and do the things. Most of the money that I get from this channel, I put right back into this channel. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but that's what I do. So the more income I have, the more I can do, essentially. So just a little something that adds, maybe an extra live stream a month and maybe a special topic or something. I don't know. Leave me all the comments, leave me all the suggestions, because I would love to know what your thoughts are on that. Definitely interested in helping support you where I can. I'm not exactly familiar with what the norm is for others who do memberships. I don't either. It's such a new feature that I don't know how many people actually have memberships available on. Hello, Jen, because your name is not Jen. I got your Christmas card and your look. Ugh. I got it in the mail. I haven't listened to it yet, but I got it. And the only reason I haven't listened to it is because I have to hook up a special CD player thing to my computer because my computer doesn't have a CD drive. Sorry, husband is texting me. He's about to leave. Good for us to know. Maybe he'll make an appearance tonight. Who knows? Or maybe more devotional Christian stuff. Ooh, that could be interesting. That could be interesting too. I'd be very interested to hear more thoughts. If you want to email me or whatever, I'm very interested. This is something I really want to launch soon, but I want to make sure that it's worth it for you guys, So yeah, let's see. What else do I have to talk about? Let's see. I got these in the mail today. This is the Rachel Hollis Target launch of the Start Today Journal 2020 Vision. Ha 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 ha. How many 2020 Vision things have you seen so far this year? Goal planners and like I think the Oprah, isn't the Weight Watchers Oprah tour also called 2020 Vision? I'm pretty sure it is. Everybody's playing off of the 2020 Vision thing. So I got my new Start Today journal today. And then I finally got the, like, if you follow Rachel Hollis at all, you'll see that the stuff is all over creation. Target got bombarded the day that her stuff launched. But of course, I had to get her priority planner. I'll let you guys know if it's any good. This giant book is for only 3 months. So we'll see. If I don't like it or I don't use it enough, then I won't buy another one when March is over. We shall see. What else? What else? Devotional Christian stuff. Interesting. As someone who's watched a few services from the bridge, I definitely loved what I saw and heard. I'm not used to being so touched by a sermon, especially over the internet. Visiting it is on my bucket list. And that makes me so happy. If you guys want to, and I've talked about this before, but if you're interested in the sermons, my favorite pastor from there, his name is Junior. It's a father-son duo who does most of the preaching, although there's always a third person now because they have a third campus. But Junior has a podcast, and that's actually what I've been listening to today. I'm trying to catch up on the sermons that I missed because they had a series that was really interesting to me, and it was called like Stuck. And it talks about like I listened to Stuck in Religion today and Stuck in a Rut today. But anyway, it's the Junior Ziegler podcast, and Junior's like a dude with a beard. So just type in Junior Ziegler, and he's an amazing preacher. He had me in stitches in the car. And I couldn't even see him. All I did was listen to him. And usually I watch him. He's an excellent preacher. He really, really is. And he's, I think, a year or two younger than I am, actually. Brief overview of the planner, and I'm pretty intrigued. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that planner works out, doesn't work out, puts me in a different mentality. I don't know. We will see. Liz is linking the sermons. Excellent. Thank you. So let's see. What else, my friends? What else to share? Oh, I have something very interesting to share with you that I think I'll talk about in a different video at some point, but I was shown, you guys, I don't know if you remember Lindsay, who is occasionally on here moderating as well. She sent me a video right before I left on vacation. That was a 16-minute TEDx talk by some good-looking, bulky trainer dude in Australia named James Smith, I think his name is. And the video is titled A Different Approach to Fat Loss, I think. And it talks about women specifically. And it talks about how our bodies and our body's abilities change wherever we are in our cycle. Everything is different. And so basically, like the Cliff Notes version, that's the other link I have down below, is to this TED Talk. It is so interesting, and it's not very long. But it really gets your wheels turning. And that's exactly what happened for Lindsay and I both. We were both like, we need to collect all the data and get all the information and learn about our bodies. Yes, go team. But basically, what he talks about is we as women are doing ourselves a disservice by comparing our weights week to week, or something like that. Like comparing our weights, comparing our measurements week to week, or even like first of the month to first of the month. We are doing ourselves a disservice because cyclically, our bodies are completely different various times of the month. Our bodies are completely different and running differently the day we start our period, sometime between then and ovulation, and then that whole period of time between ovulation and our next period where things, we feel like they slowly decline into the pit. Everything is different, including our physiologies. So how not fair is it to us to be tracking measurements for the week that we're on PMS versus the week after, like the week or so after we finished our period? How unfair is it of us? You know why I say I'm not dumb and I don't weigh myself the week of PMS? Because I don't need that negativity in my life. There are several different checkpoints in our cycle that we should be comparing. So what he says is, instead, we need to compare our cycles, day 1 of cycle to day 1 of cycle, day 4 of cycle to day 4 of cycle. You know what I mean? So I have started weighing myself every day. It's not because of some obsessive need to watch the scale go down, but literally I'm going to have my husband make me a spreadsheet labeled 1 through 30, because I know the average cycle is 28 days, but mine is kind of weird and sometimes closer to 30 days, 31 days. It really depends. It's very bizarre for being not on any hormonal birth control. But so I'm going to have him build me a spreadsheet that's got 1 through 30. And then I'm going to clock and I know the day that my period started just this last month. So I have my day 1. I know what day 1 is. And I'm going to just fill in my weights. And then I'm going to have him put a little magical formula in between the columns. And then the next column is going to be my next day 1 and go forward. And then I want it to show the weight difference, whether it's a loss or whether it's a gain, and by how much. And he's like, oh yeah, that's super easy. But I want to track the losses. I want to track that flow and see if that flow is actually accurate. It's so fascinating. So that was one facet of it, which I'm like, okay, I can believe that. There's another part that this guy talked about that was about how our bodies function. And he goes into a little bit about PMS, and he goes into here's a concept that was mind-blowing. I can't decide which part I want to talk about first. It's all so exciting. So he said that, when PMS comes after ovulation and we start to go a little bit wacky, we end up actually burning more calories, a couple hundred, nothing too crazy, but we end up burning more calories than in the other phase of our cycle. And because of that, that's why we get hungry. That's why we get a little bit cravey. And that's why we end up eating more. Naturally, our bodies are fired up. And so we burn a little bit more in that period from ovulation to when we get our periods. So this was the mind-boggling part. He said, so we can either plan for a couple extra pieces of fruit to get that sugar in, to get those extra couple hundred calories in, whatever. And he goes, or what if you focused on fat loss and eating for fat loss those first 2 weeks of your cycle, day 1 through day 14, and you didn't focus on fat loss the other 2. You focused on maintenance. And for a lot of us, that's like, what? Why would we do that? Well, we would do that because what's better? A diet where you're on for 2 weeks and then you maintain, or a diet where you're on for 2 weeks and then it all goes to crap and you way overeat and basically negate your being on for 2 weeks? What if it looked like this? You're on for 2 weeks, you maintain, you're on, maintain. Ultimately, that cycle will still get you there. It will still get you there. I'm not going to lie. I would be more for this TED Talk about cycles coming from a woman. So, and that's interesting, Sarah. I actually loved that it was from a man, because I was like, a man that actually cares enough to preach about women's problems. It was so interesting, because you see this big hunky dude and you don't expect him to start talking about the luteal phase and things that implies for women. And he was very pro women. He's anti the skinny movement and the 6-pack movement. He goes, you know what I love? I love that women are coming to the gym to get strong. I love that not fitting into your jeans because your butt got a little bit too buff and too big is a good thing. He goes, it would be great if when women went to the gym, I just re-listened to this last part because I was playing it to get the link and I listened to it again. But he said something about how cool would it be if women went to the gym and instead of men looking at them going, oh, look at her, she looks nice. Instead, they see her picking up these big old weights because she's weight training and gains. And he's looking at her going, how is that woman picking up those massive things for so many reps? How is she doing that? That's incredible. I don't know. I loved his talk. I loved everything he said about it. And I loved the idea. I don't know how or if I'm going to implement this yet. But I loved the idea of like, what if you knew that you could nail it 2 weeks out of 4 weeks of your cycle? What if you knew that and you killed it? And then instead of trying to continue to kill it and tripping and falling over yourself, instead you upped your calories a little bit with the goal of maintaining the loss you achieved the first 2 weeks of your cycle, letting your cycle happen, and then kicking butt for the first 2 weeks of your next cycle and going. I was like, that is fascinating to think about. And it's something that as a woman, I've never thought about. Never. And then the other thing that he talked about was a female's actual ability to do things in the gym changes based on where they are in your cycle. And the strongest a woman is, and like the strongest, the most stable, the most balanced, is the first 2 weeks of her cycle. So right after your period, he doesn't specify because of course it's different for everybody. And he encourages every woman, he goes, you're not going to be able to Google this and find what is happening exactly in your body. You have to research your own body and get the data and figure out what's happening in you, because my cycle and your cycle is going to be completely different. Like, so you and I have to research and do this on our own. And, but what he said was basically, we are the strongest and most able to lift and do the most in terms of like gains and being in control of our appetite and all the things the first 2 weeks of our cycle. And then after ovulation, again, everything kind of falls off. He goes, your form might suffer a little bit. You'll find you can't lift as much. You might need to go to machines instead of doing free weights to make sure your form isn't suffering. You might focus a little bit less on how heavy you're lifting and maybe do lighter weights and more repetitions to keep things going, but you're not going to be able to work as hard the second part of your cycle. And I was like, huh, interesting. Put that in the back of my brain. Fast forward to my last cycle, which was, only a couple days ago. It showed up on Friday, hit me like a ton of bricks. Saturday, Eric and I still got up and went to Body Pump. Okay, no problem. I was feeling really good. We slept. We did, I had a lot of energy. Everything was awesome until I picked up that bar. And I wasn't even thinking about it until after this happened. So it's not like I psyched myself out or anything. I wasn't even thinking about it, but I vividly remember, I'm like, okay, warm ups. And we did our first, couple of deadlifts. And then we did our first clean and press where we take the bar and we press it over our heads. And I had the light warm up weight. I had a light warm up weight because I had only worked out a couple times while I was gone. And I couldn't do it. I felt so weak. So weak. It was so the entire workout was bottom 5 workouts of my life was this workout the day after my period started. I was like, I'm sorry, what? Like, I sucked today. And it's not like I hadn't worked out for 2 weeks. Just the week before, I actually had a killer workout. I did 2.5 hours at my old YMCA back home with my girl Nicole and my friends in Body Attack class. I did Body Pump, I did a half an hour CX class, and I did Body Attack back to back to back. And it was killer. Was it the best workout of my life? No, but I was very motivated because I was with my friends again, which was incredible. So it's not like it was 2 weeks of me not working out either. It's not like I was just out of practice. It was terrible, absolutely terrible. And I'm like, that's interesting. So I immediately texted Lindsay. I was like, oh my gosh, this just happened. What information have you gathered so far? Talk to her about it a little bit. Fast forward to today. Period finished yesterday. So I'm on the up and up. I'm in the period of time where he says I'm at my strongest, right? I had a killer workout today. Killer. Felt like I could go on forever. Lifted those weights, did some cardio, all the things, had an epic workout. I was like, maybe this guy's on to something. And it was just so interesting. So, I told you the gist of it. I really suggest, it's only 16 minutes long. Go watch that video when we're done here. It's so interesting. So interesting. And just as a woman, I was watching this guy and I was like, why didn't I think of this? I live this every month. I've lived this every month since I was 13. Why didn't I think of this? And, so simple, but no one tells you. And I don't know where he started researching or what, but it all makes sense. So it's a very interesting thing. So I'm tracking like how my workouts are, like my actual, like if I gave it my all today, am I weaker? Am I stronger? Do I feel balanced? Do I feel like I'm not balanced? Because there's a lot of times that I'm also very unbalanced when I'm at body pump, and I've never associated it with anything. But I'm going to start paying attention to when in the month I'm feeling unbalanced at body pump. It's very, very interesting. So that was the other link that was down there. I know I talked about that for a long time, but it's worth talking about. Let me see what the comments say. This makes a lot of sense, especially coming from someone who just realized that I do have some PMS-related, weight-related results on the scale. Very interesting. I've been off track with food lately, but I meal prepped this week, eating cabbage lasagna, and it's actually delicious. Great. I really need to look into hormone deficiency and weight loss. Yes. Our hormones are key to making everything run properly, which is why I'm like, every month I curse that my period happens. I curse that I have PMS. That's awful because I'm not using the system that's causing all of this problems. I'm not using it. But I do know that I actually am using it because all of the hormones generated throughout that cycle are essential for my well-being at this point in my life. So I can't be too mad at it because it creates the hormones that I need to be able to lose weight and to be able to function normally and everything. So yes, hormones are super important. My worst run of the month is the first cycle day. I almost always die. It's so interesting. And it's not just because we feel terrible. Like, that aside, all things considered, like I said, I went to the gym that day feeling fine. I'm like, I'm energized. I'm excited. Let's go do this thing. It wasn't until I physically exerted the energy of lifting that weight that I went, I'm sorry, what? And like, I looked at my husband halfway through the class. I'm like, I can't do this today. Like, this is terrible. I did the whole class with practically no weight on my bar. I'm like, I just can't. And I can't remember the last time I had an I just can't workout. Like, oof, it was bad. It would be interesting to track your general good, bad CMT days in general as well, not just with exercise too. That's true. That's actually a really good point. I should start doing that. I should start tracking just how my body is feeling. And that's kind of like I said with the balance thing. Like, sometimes I feel very unbalanced in body pump. It means I'm unbalanced totally. But having to shift weights around is what really tells me, like, if I have to keep readjusting my feet or I keep staggering, like, that tells me that I'm really off kilter. So, yeah. Goodness gracious. What do y'all want to talk about? I just talked about something you didn't ask for like 15 minutes. Oh, man alive. It's good to be back. I am struggling hardcore with like getting the momentum back after vacation, which is such a weird thing. If you guys want to talk about something or have a question or a topic or whatever, let it roll. I'm just going to talk until I see something else to talk about. But I have like mentally, I'm having such a pulling thing of like, I'm so motivated. It's 2020. Let's go do all the things. And just all of the momentum that I lost from being gone for 2 weeks and for prepping for that vacation for like another week. And it was like, they're completely fighting each other in like trying to get back into the swing, because I have like a bunch of house stuff that I have to catch up on. And like, it's just one of those things. Like, I sat down to film today. I'm like, I don't even want to film. But then I'm like, but I do want to film because I want to do all the things, but I don't want to film. Like, oh, the struggle has been real, my friends, real. How has your 2020 been going in terms of getting to your goals, or not to your goals, but starting your goals? Because, man, do I have a push-pull happening that's out of control. Let me tell you what. Whew. Oh, this stupid thing is so good. I can't handle it. It's really, really good. I just needed a little something different. And my only other option was a caffeinated version of this. And I was like, yeah, we're not doing that. So my one option was either alcohol or caffeine. And given the time, yeah. So let's see, what else did I want to talk about? What else? I should have written it all down because I kept thinking of things that I wanted to mention to you guys today. And now I can't remember some of them. And that is just how it goes sometimes, isn't it? I'm on the struggle bus big time getting back into regular routine. I feel that. I really do. So my question to you then is, what are you going to do about it? What is the routine that you are struggling with the most? I'm going to tell you something that I made a decision on. So this year, and you'll hear this in my goal setting videos and everything. So I really hope you'll watch them anyway, even though I'm going to talk to you about it a little bit here. But I've decided that 2020 is the year that I'm done losing weight. And like, I don't want to have to write down weight loss for 2021. So with that comes a lot of pressure to get it done, especially when you don't know what your goal weight is. But I'm going to do my best. We will see what happens. I actually am going to be doing something that, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm doing it. But I'm going to be participating. I should be already participating, but freaking UPS won't get my stuff here. They put it on like the wrong truck today or something. I don't even know. But I am participating in the Arbonne 30-day challenge thing or whatever. But that's like one of those MLM companies that some people are like, ugh, and other people are worshiping. I am doing it simply for the sake of reviewing the products because a lot of people are interested in doing it. And so I'm going to do it and tell you if it's worth doing, basically. With one big caveat of I'm not going to completely eliminate all the things it says to completely eliminate, because one of the things you're supposed to eliminate is coffee. And I'm sorry, but there ain't nobody in this world that is going to tell me that I can't have a cup of hot coffee in the middle of January in the morning in Minnesota. There ain't nobody that's going to be able to tell me to do that. Because that's how you warm up your soul when you get out of bed in the morning in the tundra of Minnesota. But I'm gonna hopefully get the products soon, be able to try them out, try the whole thing. And I need a challenge like that to kind of kickstart things a little bit. So what they want you to eliminate, which I'm not going to fully eliminate, but will to the best of my ability, is things like dairy, gluten, soy, coffee, vinegar. I'm sorry, what? Why? Why vinegar? I don't even understand. And they want you to eliminate a whole bunch of meats and only buy like cage-free, organic, free-range, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, look, I will eat your supplements and I will do the powders and I will do all your smoothies and your vegan protein powder. I am not going to spend 3 times the amount of money to get cage-free chicken. I'm sorry, no. So I'm doing this Arbonne experiment I'm doing it Brianna's way, which is, will I give up cheese? Like, will I stop putting cheese on my sandwiches? Yes. But if I am not going to until I did order nut pods, peppermint mocha nut pods from Amazon, which I thought would be here already, and they're not coming till Friday. But until that happens, I'm not going to eliminate dairy because your girl needs a little bit of creamer in her coffee. Just a little bit. But I made stuffed peppers the other day. Again, I thought I was going to be starting this on Monday, and my stuff's not here. But I made stuffed peppers for my husband, had cheese on it. For me, I put nutritional yeast on it instead. So I'm making the swaps out when I can, but I'm not going to go out of my way to gluten-free something when I have the regular version in my house, because one of my other goals, completely unrelated, is to just be better about finances and maybe try and clock in way under goal on like grocery bills and stuff. Why not? So I'm finding the balance, which is what I'm trying to do with everything that I do here. But I am doing the Arbonne 30-day. I don't remember what the point was for me telling you that I was doing that. Shoot, I had a point. I swear. On the plus side, you're kind of lucky you can ease into it. It was tough getting back to work. Yep. Tracking is sporadic and no exercise. I just need to do it. Oh, that was the thing. So I'm doing the Arbonne thing and all that jazz, right? Like this year is the year that I'm done with weight loss. But this year is also going to be the year that not everything depends on my weight loss. So, for example, like I'm trying, it's all about balance. Everything in my life is balance. And that is like instead of insisting that I have to work out every day or even 6 days a week, I'm telling myself I have to work out 5 days a week. 5 days a week is still a lot of working out, but it does give me the freedom of 2 days a week to not. And so I know that I will work out, hopefully, Wednesdays will be my other rest day. So I have a complete schedule with rest built in, with the ability to just come right upstairs and do some work on Wednesdays instead of worrying about having to go to the gym and letting that stress me out and all that jazz. And yeah, so like it's the year of balance, and it's the year of me not going, oh, I should feel so guilty that I didn't go to the gym for half an hour today. How about you just figure out how to balance it all out and how to give yourself a little bit of grace, Brianna, talking to myself. And I'm hoping that with incorporating that at the same time that I'm like, this is the year that I'm done losing weight, ladies and gentlemen, I prep myself for maintenance mode, because maintenance mode is all about that balance. It's all about that balance. That's what it is for the rest of your life. I think that was my point. I need the Christmas holiday treats to go away. So sugar is another one of the things that you're supposed to eliminate, sugar and sugar substitutes or whatever. I think I'm just going to bring all of my stuff downstairs to the basement because I'm not going to throw everything away, but I've got some like good Trader Joe's cookies and stuff left. It just needs to go to a place that's harder for me to reach. That's all. Or maybe I'll have my husband put it in the cabinet over the fridge. I don't stand a chance of getting it there. Maybe that's what I'll do. I did send my husband to work with things so I wouldn't eat them. I have done that. I actually left the thought of you giving up coffee. Vinegar tends to have sulfates or something in it. Oh, okay. I heard you talk about the Arbonne thing on Insta story. It seems like you gave up all those things and followed their rules. If you would still have the same results. You're probably right. And I really don't know. So here are the products that are kind of like, it's nothing life-changing is in these products. So what you're getting is a vegan protein powder. So that eliminates the whey and the dairy and everything, but still gives you the protein powder. And the way you can build them, I can still build a Fab4 smoothie like I've been eating, which I haven't had in a while, but like that's what I like to do. You can still do that on this plan. Throw in some fruit and some almond butter and some kale, boom, and some fiber powder. That's another thing that they send over is it's higher fiber than my acacia fiber. I think, unless the scoop is really big. And I don't know. Can't tell you until the products show up. Don't know. But it's like 12 grams of fiber or something. And the acacia fiber is only 5 per tablespoon. I don't know what the measurements are. But like you throw some of that in there and boom, it's a Fab4 smoothie. Yes. And then they send like this fizz stick thing, which is their substitute for coffee. It's a bunch of vitamins and a little bit of caffeine, like 50 milligrams of caffeine. So in my brain right now, and I haven't researched too far into it yet, and once I have the packaging and the ingredients and everything, I'll be able to tell you everything. It's like Built Boost and the Avantra Slim, the caffeinated potato starch thing that I would drink, had a baby, is what it sounds like. So it's caffeinated. It's got a bunch of vitamins. Throw that in there. Things like that. So it gives you the extra boost of vitamins and the caffeine for energy. You do get the protein without all of the whey and the dairy in it. You get high fiber substitute. They do send you, it's called like Digestion Plus or something, which is your probiotic supplement, which is going to be real interesting for me because I already take a probiotic supplement. So I don't know how that's going to go. What else do we get? And like a detox tea. I'll let you know about the detox tea because that's the thing I'm most skeptical about. I'm all about detox tea that's like supposed to cleanse your system. I'm not about the detox tea that's supposed to cleanse your colon, if you know what I'm saying. And I don't know which one it is. It's supposedly the one that like cleanses your liver and your kidneys and whatever. Fine, flush out all this stuff. Flush out the extra bloat. I'm all for a tea that flushes out the extra bloat. We're going to see how the digestive system reacts to it. So I can totally see how the products would play into it well. Can I design a program that uses the same idea of products with stuff I already have or can purchase elsewhere? Absolutely. But people are curious, and I want to try it because A, if it works, good news. I have kickstarted things for myself. But B, if it doesn't work, I can tell you about it and you don't have to think about, well, what if I should I spend the money on this? I'll tell you. And I'll tell you honestly, and you know that. I laughed at the coffee giving up too. I have a couple cups in the morning, would not give that up either because I'm not willing to give up. No. Why deal with the MLM? It's not the MLM structure that I'm dealing with. I'm not going to okay, let's say hypothetically, I love it. I think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. What you will see from me is maybe I'll grab myself a link so I can get a commission off of it. I'm not going to try and bring you into my downline. Is that what it's called? I don't know. I don't do that. Your girl don't do that. No. There are a couple of MLMs that I do buy products from because I enjoy their products, but I'm not like the coach pusher type people. Uh-oh, she's making noise. Eric must be home. There he is. The Eskimo man with his trusty steed going down the stairs. So it's not that I'm dealing with it. And I purchased it through a friend of mine on Instagram. Jordan, not Jordan from I Track Bites, different Jordan, who you guys, what's her name now? Keeping Up Jordan. And she's a friend. And so I'm team. If I want to try this anyway, I might as well support a friend while I'm doing it. And so that's why it's not dealing with them. If I don't like it, I never have to do it again. And it's fine. I'm not committed to anything. I'm working on finding that kind of balance myself. I tend to go all in and completely burn out. Yes, you do, Lisa. Yes, you do. And that's what I'm trying to make sure it doesn't happen for myself this year. It's just, I need to just figure out what the new normal is. And I need my normal to be mostly good choices and mostly things that are going to help me lose and or maintain my weight and get stronger and all of that. And be okay with the days that don't do that, as long as there are very few of them. I'm less than 15 from goal, so this will be the year I stop losing weight. Way to go, Lisa. I'm pretty stoked overall. I maintained during the holidays. You get applause. Because that is hard to do. Good for you. I'm actually stoked that when I weighed myself 2 days ago, I think it was, so the day my period ended, I was only up 2 pounds from when I left. And that was with 2 weeks of travel, Christmas, New Year's, high stress, and PMS. I'm like, you know what? I'm okay with that. I was really thinking it was going to be a higher number, and it was not. And so I'm like, great, cool, awesome. So good job on that. And 15 from goal, you can accomplish that in the first 6 months of the year if you really wanted to. That's amazing. Not necessarily though. I did Whole30 last year. No dairy, gluten, legume, sugar, and I didn't lose anything. Yeah, it depends. And that's what everyone's like, well, these are the inflammatory blah, 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 blah. I happen to know that I don't have a negative response to any of those things. I can overdose. Oh, you can't overdose on dairy, but nothing horrible happens to me when I eat dairy or when I eat gluten or when I eat vinegar. Nothing bad happens to me. So it's not something that causes inflammation in my body in an extreme enough way where eliminating it is going to be profoundly helpful. And like I said, I'm going to lessen it to the best of my ability, but I'm not going to eliminate it if it is I'm not going to go out and buy gluten-free bread when I have 2-point flat-out breads in my cabinet. No. But everything I've eaten today, only one thing had gluten in it. And only my creamer had, I had a Built Bar, which had whey in it. But other than that, so my Built Bar and my creamer were the only things with dairy in it all day. I mostly ate fruit and vegetables and I had stuffed peppers and I had my sandwich. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm very intrigued, but my stuff's not here yet. So I will let you all know what happens with all of that because It could be interesting. It could be fun. It could be life-changing, and it could be nothing. So we'll find out. But yeah, so that's that. Like I said, I'm going to focus less on perfection when it comes to going to the gym and more on just consistency. And I think that's all I've got. So do you guys have any other questions, comments, concerns, things you want to talk about, things you want to hear me talk about? I don't know. What else was I going to ask you guys? The problem with me doing this on the same day that I filmed a bunch of videos is I can't remember what I had intentions of asking you versus what I already said on my videos today. Ordering stuff online is so fun when you're ordering and so stressful waiting for it to arrive. Oh my gosh, don't I know it. I got an order today for some Lush products that I ordered the day after Christmas. That's how long it took them to show up. It was like Christmas showed up at my front door because Lush, like the bath bomb store, Lush, every day after Christmas, they have 50% off all of their Christmas stuff, which includes their boxed gift sets that have several items in it. So I got like 12 or 13 things. It was amazing. So now I'm all set to work on my whole self-care of taking a bath once a week, because that's a thing I'm working on too. Taking a bath, spending more time like getting cute for no apparent reason other than, like I'm cute today because I filmed for you, but like one of my goals is legit, and this isn't like a goal in my power sheets, but this is like an intention, I guess, is to like put on real clothes 4 days a week, put on jeans and get out of your sweatpants 4 days a week, put on jewelry. I have jewelry on today. Do my makeup, do my hair, like take a little bit more care of my appearance for no one else other than myself, because that's important. And not that like appearance is everything, but like when you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you look good, that kind of thing. I'm working on that. I actually just started adding a little sticker to my calendar on days I work out. Yes. I want to count up the number of days by the end of 2020. That's fantastic. I actually have a goal of 250 workouts, which I'm going to do a lot more, quite frankly, because there's 365 days in the year. But I made a bunch of check boxes, and I'm like, I'm going to check off at least 250 workouts this year, like official workouts. Just caught the last bit. Can you do more live chats at night so we can catch them? Any news about the mentoring idea you were mulling over? Yes. My goal this year is to launch a mentoring program of some kind. Colette, if you have any suggestions, anything that you think, 366, a leap year. Oh my goodness. 366. If you have any thoughts on what you think the offerings should be, what would be interesting for what would make you want to sign up? It's a non-commitment thing, but like I want to hear from everybody. Like what would need to be offered to make you sign up for a mentorship program with me? I'd be very intrigued to know that. And if you can't tell me here, email me, divaandthedivine@gmail.com. I would just be really interested to know. Also, are you doing a reading challenge this year? I'm not doing a specific, you mean for you guys or just for me in general? My goal is 20 books this year. And I am 3/4 of the way through my first one, which is Good Morning, Good Life by Amy Landino. I thought it was the perfect book to start the year with. She is one of my favorite YouTubers. And it's a great book on morning routines and how to create one that works for you. It's not, this is my morning routine and here's why it's right. She tells you what her morning routine is, but she tells you the components of a morning routine and how to adjust them to fit you and your goals and your dreams and your ideal morning, which I really love. Book club with you. If there are enough people interested, then I'd be interested. So the first, and I guess it would depend if you guys wanted to do like, I'm doing Good Morning, Good Life. And then the second book I'm reading is Kelly LeVeque's new book, Body Love Every Day. That is the Fab Four way of eating. It's her second book. So I'm really excited to start that. It's very, very thick, and I'm very excited about it because I love the Fab Four way of eating. So I'm going to do that. I will let you know if I think I'm going to do a book club, but it depends how many people are interested. I guess I just need to put a poll out there and say who would buy and read the books that I put out there to suggest for book club. Because if there's enough of you, then great, then we'll do it. But if there's not, then I don't know. But so the mentorship thing, I told you, send me your ideas. I'm also considering opening up memberships for the channel for special exclusive content and opportunities, which could include more live chats. So we're going to do that. Though for me, I'm more proud of the 24 days that didn't work out during the last 100 days than the 76 days I did. Okay. So yeah, yay for book club. I'm currently working on The Anxious Christian. Then I think I might tackle Everything is Figureoutable. That's a good book. That might be a good one to start with, too. That's such a good book. Oh, my gosh. Everything is Figureoutable by Marie Forleo, guys. Such a good book. So I'll put it out there. I'll look into posting some stuff tomorrow. I'll be like, hey, guys, are you interested in a book club, et cetera, and kind of get a feel for it or something. And we'll see. Thank you for all of your questions, Colette. That was very, very helpful. Yeah. So that's what's going on. And I think on that note, I'm going to be done because conversation has slowed and my eye is starting to act up. My eye, you guys, I don't know what it is, but like, I don't know if it's just because it's dry outside, but this eye has been it's solid with my contact lens for about 12 hours. And then it doesn't want to have this contact in anymore. And it's brutal because it's a hard contact lens. Oh, brutal. I figured I should, since your stories when you drove Reddit drove me crazy. Yep. That book was written for you, Lissa. So much good stuff. So what she's talking about is she and I talk quite a bit. I know a lot of what's going on. And I kept posting excerpts of this book on Instagram stories, knowing that she would see it. And they bothered her because they hit home. And that's what this book is full of. It's full of no nonsense. This is how you get it done. Everything is figureoutable, folks. There's nothing that you can't do. So get over yourselves. Basically is what it is. Maybe combine them. Lowest mentor tier is the one group live and one monthly meeting with you. Yeah. That could be it. You mean a book, the book club, or just a one-on-one, or I'm intrigued to see what she elaborates on. I was thinking for sure that the lowest tier would be an exclusive live stream where we would pick a date and it would be just for the people who are my members, and you can ask whatever. It can be an exclusive Q&A, but it's something only members would have access to. You also sent some directly to me. Well, thank you. Can't wait for polls, and we'll work on what would be helpful for mentoring or coaching. Thank you, Colette. That would be very helpful. I want all the feedback. I honestly do, because I want to do all of these things, but I only want to do them if people want me to do them. Otherwise I'm working for nobody. So, and that's not fun. We all got to work for somebody, right? Because I work for myself, but I work for you. I work for all of you. All right, my friends. And then tomorrow, because I'm not ahead of the game yet, I don't think there will be a new video tomorrow. It'll probably come out on Thursday because I have to edit it. And I'm just not going to do it tonight. I'm trying also to make sure I go to bed at a very reasonable hour and get ready for bed and get into bedtime mode at a reasonable hour. Yesterday, that started at 8 p.m. And so now it's 8:30. And so I'm going to go downstairs and do that. So on that note, thanks for hanging out, guys. I missed you guys so much. It was really, really nice to chat with you guys. Until further notice, live streams are back on for 2020. Tuesday nights, 8:30, 7:30 Central. Very, very exciting. We will, I'm probably not going to be able to do a Friday live stream this week, which is fine. I sometimes do Friday weekly weigh-ins. We'll see what time it is for me. But on Friday, I don't know how many of you are on Instagram, but Friday, I get to meet one of my Instagram friends. You guys probably know her, Ivana, Groceries and Grace. Love her. Weight Watchers ambassador, recently a Weight Watchers ambassador, works for Weight Watchers. She's one of their leaders or whatever. And she's actually touring with the first leg of the Oprah tour. And they're coming to St. Paul on Friday or Saturday. And so she told me that she's going to be on that leg of the tour. And I was like, dude, that's my area. We need to meet. So it's not like we're getting together for a meetup. She and I are going out and hanging out together. And I'm so excited because this is like 5 years in the making of her and I being Instagram friends, but not being real life friends. We get to take our friendship to the next level, and I'm so excited. So that if I don't live stream on Friday, that's why, because I'm hanging out with Ivana. And I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. The internet's a fascinating place because all of the friends that I have made while here in Minnesota have been because of the internet. Hello, hello. You are late. We're about to sign off, but thank you for popping in. Sorry, I meant the mentorship. Yes. Okay. It'd be cool to have an individual chat. Yes, that's definitely one of the things that I'm looking into for the mentorship. The mentorship would be focused on, helping you and talking you through one-on-one, getting to your goals and things like that. And what kind of accountability do you need in order to be successful? And that would include probably at least 1 or 2 private one-on-one video chats with me, which would be a lot of fun because I really want to be able to get to know you guys on a more personal level. And the mentorship program will do that. So that would be really cool. All right, my friends. On that note, I think I'm going to sign off. Just finished Zumba. Excellent. You know what? That's a great use of your time. I'm glad you were working out. So happy for you, but I'm also bummed. Pretty sure I'm off Friday. It will be fine. Watch Ivana's in my Instagram stories. I'm sure we'll be over there at some point. But on that note, friends, I'm going to sign off. Have a wonderful night. Happy New Year. I know we're a weekend, but it's my first time seeing you. So Happy New Year, and I'll talk to you later.